to the channel. A lot of changes. Haircut. We can see that I've actually, you know, trimmed the somewhat beard properly and all of that, looking fly. The 4-foot tank behind me is different. And I'm also 18, which is probably the worst difference of them all. I don't like being an adult. It's just way too many responsibilities. Being a child, you know, or not being 18, being 17 just has way more benefits and those types of things. However, life must progress, and though we may be physically 18, emotionally still, I think I would still say I'm probably in the low 8 to 10 year range, but it should be fine. However, yeah, it was my birthday on the 17th of March, so that was a Wednesday, I think, and I took a day off and we did some really amazing things with the family. I headed down to Nature Aquariums, and a store tour for that is coming out very, very soon. It's going to be a bit of a different video rather than just your generic store tour, and we picked up some corals for the nano saltwater tank, but most importantly of all, I picked up my dream aquarium fish, and that's probably why you're here to see this video. The title and thumbnail would have possibly given a few hints about what it was. Maybe that silhouette that I had, you know, that clickbaity thumbnail that I had, possibly could have given you a few suspicions, but I'm going to reveal that to you guys in today's video. But before we get into that, massive thank you to the traditional custodians of the land I'm filming this video on, the land that you're watching this video on, and also a huge thank you to the amazing people managing our land at the moment, like our councils, park rangers, everyone amazing like that. You know the drill. But without further ado, let's have a look to see what amazing fish I ended up getting. Woo! Right, so so since the progression of this channel, there have been a few times where I've blatantly said what my dream aquarium fish is. Those of you that are avid watchers of my channel and maybe fans of this, I don't have any fans, who am I kidding? But if you are, let me know. I don't have high expectations. But basically, yeah, those of you that regularly watch my channel might be able to pick up on this. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, sorry, or you know, if you're new here, I'll give you a few clues. It's a native Australian fish because I love my natives. It's also a fairly big growing fish as well, maxing out at around about 3 feet, I believe. It's an endangered species. It's very, very hard to get your hands on one of these fish. It's a labyrinth fish, meaning that it comes up to the surface to take huge gulps of air. And it's also a fish which is an evolutionary keystone species between the transition of aquatic life to amphibious, or, you know, life which started to progress on land. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to take a guess, put your timestamp right now of what the video time is, and your time starts now. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, time's up. I'm going to head down into the comment section down below, see if you were right, and give you like a awesome thumbs up. But I ended up getting a native Australian lungfish. I'm going to take you through the entire journey of how I got this fish, where I got it from, what the process was, everything like that. I still can't get over this, and hopefully that was a big enough reveal. I don't know what else I was meant to do, but I'm going to take you down to the airport now. We're going to have a look at where I got this fish from, how it was delivered, once we actually have it. I mean, I already have it now, but once I show you guys the day that we got it, which was my birthday, I'll get back to you and answer some of the questions that you might have had. So let's head down to the airport and I'll see you once we get back. Okay, the lighting is a bit terrible, but we're about 2 minutes outbound from the Melbourne airport. I'm here with my dad because I don't have my license yet, even though it is my 18th birthday. Still need to make up my hours for... Thank you for the directions. We know where to go. But yeah, we're almost there, and I cannot wait to pick up this fish. We need to go. The flight God. Take the second exit and stay on APEC Drive. Thank you. The flight landed about 7 minutes ago, so we want to make sure we're there nice and early so we can pick up the fish. So once we're actually there, and hopefully if they allow us to film inside, I'll do that. But we'll then basically meet you guys when we do the unboxing. So thanks for sticking along, and let's see this fish. Finally, I can't wait. Alright, we've finally picked up the fish, and I've just got the tape off the box. We need to see how it's doing, so let's get the box open. My god, it looks... one of Australia's most endangered species of fish, and we've got the certificate that comes along with it. And if I steal this from you, look at how it's doing. Right, so the lungfish is doing really good. The little guy has settled in absolutely amazingly, and now I'm going to take some time to answer some of the questions that you guys might have. How are you legally owning a lungfish? So I will admit right off the bat, just generally going up and picking up a lungfish from the wild and keeping it in captivity is very illegal. It can possibly land with fines upwards of $30,000, prosecution, meaning jail time, and those types of things. However, 2 years ago, as far as I can remember it, there was a really amazing initiative made by this company called Giardini Co. And basically what this company Giardini did is that they got a special license from the Fisheries and Queensland government to successfully be able to take a few individuals of lungfish from the wild and move them into a captive environment. From there, the work that Giardini did is absolutely amazing, out of this world level research where they learnt about lungfish behavior, they learnt about what they need in order to breed, and guess what? They successfully bred them in a captive environment. And from there, they then were able to sign a special treaty and act which allowed them to then legally retail these fish for people who were looking to buy them. Now, to prove that my fish was purchased legally, it does in fact come with, voila, a certificate. Right, so if I read to you the information which is actually provided on this certificate, that goes into all the legal terms that you guys need to know. The reason I'm going to read this out to you is firstly for your education and my safety, because I do not want to get the fisheries department coming up and knocking on my door because someone decided to report me and say I've got an illegal lungfish. I do not. I've got all the certification needed to show that this lungfish was a legal purchase. So just putting that out there. But if I start reading this certificate is to verify that the lungfish within the corresponding pit tag, we're going to touch on that, registered on this document has been captive bred and authorised under section 303 FN of the Australian Environmental Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act 1999 EPBC Act. This certificate is also to verify that Giardini Pty Ltd is authorised and approved aquaculture program and wildlife trade operation to breed and sell first generation CITES approved Australian lungfish. So there you go, that's all the legal terms. Fisheries, if you're watching this, I've got myself backed up, alright? So, yeah, now there was one thing in there called the PIT tag that I mentioned, or the PIT tag. Now, just like you have a dog or cat at home which has a microchip put into it, which is sort of like its identification in terms of, you know, legal terms, paperwork and things, to show that you are the person which owns this dog or cat, this lungfish also has the same thing. It's got a microchip within its scales to basically keep record that this was a captive bred specimen. So if anyone does come and decide to scan this lungfish, they'll have that microchip number in there, and I've got that reference number here. So they'll match up and they'll know that this is the corresponding lungfish with this purchase and with this certificate. But I've got to say a huge congratulations and a massive thank you to Giardini Co for being able to breed these phenomenal species in captivity. When we look at the genetic origin, so the actual place of location where the parents of my lungfish were collected, it's the Pine River up in tropical North Queensland, and it's just so cool. So the amount of information that I have here is basically like the birth certificate for this fish, and it's almost like I have a child. It's probably more expensive than buying a child. I bought it off my favourite online aquarium store, livefish.com.au, and though livefish.com have helped me out so much over the past year of sending me fish and sending me products with saltwater tank and everything like that, the lungfish was something that I wanted to buy myself. I was not going to put this on top of them, and I don't think it would have been that viable either. This fish was close to $1,000. But anyways, I've got the details in the description, and you can see the full retail price. And if you have the responsible methods necessary to house one of these fish and you're looking to get one, Also, the details are down there. But basically, because this is an endangered fish, and because of the size as well, being 15 centimeters for my lungfish, it couldn't be shipped directly to my door or delivered directly to my door. So basically what happened was I got the confirmation that the fish was put on the aeroplane in the morning, so I think it was at roughly about 9 o'clock, and by 6 o'clock in the afternoon, the fish landed in Melbourne. So that was like, what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, within 10 hours. Within 10 hours of transit, this fish was shipped from Queensland to Melbourne Airport, and I was ready to go to pick up the fish. And everything went smoothly, like you saw in the footage where I went to the airport. Now, I understand that a lot of you might be here for the first time, and any of my previous videos, my whole mention of you subscribing to the channel has been very, very minimal. In fact, in a lot of videos, I just completely don't do it at all, because you watching the video alone means a lot to me. However, with this fish, if you definitely want to see a video catalog of its growth, which is basically something that's never been done before, it's going to be kind of a world first. So if you want to see that, please do hit that subscribe button, because I want to be making sure that I post as much videos about this fish as I possibly can. I'm going to try and organize a lungfish expert to come and have a chat with us on this channel and get all of that information. So if you want to see that, please do hit that subscribe button. Consider giving this video a big thumbs up, and that way I know you want to see more lungfish content. And also hit that little notification bell, so when I do upload a video regarding this lungfish, you immediately know and you can get on top of watching it. So that pretty much brings me to the end of this video. It has been a bit of a long one, but I want to thank you so much for sticking along this entire journey with me and watching every single bit of it. And honestly, I don't think it would have happened without the support that you guys have given me. So huge thank you. I'm trying to not get emotional here, but yeah, a massive thank you to you guys. So as always, stay happy, stay safe, stay Aussie Australian, Bodgie and the lungfish